Hey, sweeties, let's really talk about my golden blood. I've been wanting to talk about this one for a while now, and now it just feels right, okay? Like 8 episodes in, I've seen enough, I've been shocked enough, and I think we all need to have this little chat. Because when I pressed play on episode 1, I wasn't ready. I thought I was about to watch a chill vampire love story. Next thing I knew, the CGI hit me like a bus. That vampire transformation? I still don't know if I was supposed to be scared, amazed, or just laugh, but either way, I was glued. I knew my golden blood wasn't going to be like any other BL series out there. It said, budget, creativity, camp, we're throwing it all in, deal with it. But here's the thing. Beneath all that dramatic editing, the thunderclap sound effects and Mark's slow motion stares, this show actually has something going for it. And now that we've hit episode 8, I feel like it's the perfect moment to really say what's on my mind and maybe spill a little tea too, because this series has been a ride. Speaking of CGI, at first I thought maybe it was just me being dramatic, but let's be real, that CGI scene in episode 1 when Mark tried to escape from Nakan with Tong and they flew through the window, I'm still recovering. Like, what in the flying vampire was that? I wasn't sure if I was supposed to gasp, laugh, or pause the video and take a walk. I legit laughed out loud. That whole slow motion leap had me staring at my screen like, is this the same gmmtv I know? Because I swear they have money. So what happened? And let's not even talk about Tong's pouting. It was cute and all, but a little part of me was like, okay, sweetie, we get it. You're the one with the golden blood, the rare and mysterious target. But do you have to pout in every close-up? But I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the series. I really do. That's why we're talking about it. I just had to bring this up because I know I'm not the only one who watched that scene and went, nah, they did not just fly like that. And guess what? A quick look online and boom, other netizens felt the exact same way. That scene has become a whole experience on its own. Okay, but let's really talk about Joss and Gowan's chemistry. Because be honest, did anyone actually see it coming from episode 1? Because I didn't. If someone had told me back then that these two would end up becoming one of my favorite pairs, I would have stared blankly and gone, you sure you're watching the same show? At first, it was giving kidnap victim and cold vampire zero romance vibes. But somewhere along the line, I blinked and boom, they were making me feel things. The chemistry just grew out of nowhere, and it's not even loud or dramatic. It's just there. It's real, it's subtle, and somehow it pulls you in without trying too hard. And what's even crazier is that they don't even need to rely on fan service. Like, have you noticed how they barely do any of that extra stuff other GMMTV pairs do? And people still love them. I still love them. Honestly, I think that makes it even better because it feels natural. Like, we're not being forced to like them. We just do. Tell me I'm not the only one who started off thinking, we'll see. And now I'm here, waiting for every little look and touch like my life depends on it. Like, how did we even get here? Seriously though, what do you guys think? Were you sold on them from the beginning, or did their vibe grow on you too? Now, that being said, let's circle back to the series for a sec. The kiss scenes and that episode 8 NC scene be so serious, because that one caught me completely off guard. Like, it wasn't even hinted at in the trailer. No build-up, no warning. They just dropped it on us like, here you go, enjoy. And honestly, I did. Let's start with the kisses. When I tell you these were not the usual stiff, closed mouth, blink and you miss it, GMMTV kisses we're used to, no. These kisses had movement. They had emotion. Tong and Mark said passion. I was watching like, wait, are we sure this is GMMTV? Because the chemistry was kissing right along with them. And then episode 8 came in with the NC scene and just changed the game. I don't even know what I was expecting, but not that. It was bold, it was longer than usual, it wasn't over-edited or stiff, and best of all, it felt natural. Like they were really into it. The pacing, perfect. No unnecessary slow-mo, no weird camera angles trying to distract us. Just real tension, real emotion, and real connection. Some people might say Only Friends did it better, and I totally get that because that show really went there, but for me, this felt more real. Like, they didn't overdo it, didn't rush it, didn't make it awkward. Just two people who were actually into each other in a moment that made complete sense for where they were emotionally. And honestly, for gmmtv, that's a bold move. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who was just sitting there with my mouth open like, wait, is this really happening? But something about the way it was done, it just hit different. It wasn't trying to shock us, it just felt honest. And if this is the new standard for gmmtv, then sign me up because yes, please. Anyway, I'm still trying to recover from that scene, not gonna lie. Like, of all things to expect from episode 8, that was not on my bingo card. So yeah, now that I've said all of that, let me just say this from the heart. My Golden Blood is absolutely one of the most underrated gems gmmtv has dropped in a while. I don't care what anyone says, I'm ranking it high. Like, high. I know a lot of people didn't even make it past episode 1, and honestly, I don't blame them. The CGI was wild, the pacing was a little shaky, and some scenes just made you stare at the screen like, what in the digital nonsense is this? But what gets me is that most of the people dragging this show online aren't even watching it. Like, be serious. Y'all are judging the entire series off one chaotic scene and some Twitter clips? Please, because if you actually stick with it, you'll see that there's so much to love. The chemistry? On fire. The plot? Unpredictable, but entertaining. The emotional scenes? They hit when they need to. And don't even get me started on the way Joss and Gowan are carrying this show like they were born to play these roles. I stayed because of them, and if I'm being honest, I'd give anything to see them paired up again, like anything. Put them in another series, put them in a rom-com, put them in a documentary about vampire skincare. I don't care. Just give me more Joss and Gowan. And yes, I'll admit it's not a perfect series, but for me, it's 100% worth my time. It's one of those shows that grew on me in the best way, and before I knew it, I was actually excited for each new episode. Like, I'd finish one and already be thinking, okay, but what chaos is next week going to bring? It became one of those shows I genuinely look forward to, and that's saying a lot. So if you're watching this and you still haven't checked it out because of what people are saying, babes, ignore the noise. Watch it for yourself. Give it 2 or 3 episodes and let it grow on you, because once it gets into the groove, you'll see exactly why I stuck with it. And if you're already watching it with me, then you get it. You know what I mean. We're in too deep now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. My Golden Blood may have had a rough start, but it's giving what it needs to give. I love it here. And that's all from me today, sweeties. I've said my piece. Now it's your turn. If you're already watching My Golden Blood, tell me what made you stay. And if you dropped it after episode 1, no judgment, but maybe it's time for a little comeback. I'll be right here waiting to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep fangirling, keep feeling things, and I'll catch you in the next one.